Bobby
Katie,
set out
Zach.
once, but he was forced. Yeah, Katie and Zach, but both kind of.
Well, like, Katie hasn't really done any challenges. In the Sumatory one, she just did the snowballs and she didn't do the parkour at all.
She's pretty good at memorizing and puzzles, but
That is true.
yeah, that's kind of about.
Yeah, but we still did it without her.
We did it without her.
Yeah, that's true.
It was our first Scramble as a tribe. There's 12 of us, and someone has to go. And it seems like a lot of people can't wrap their head around the fact that someone has to go. And I feel like anyone who's getting their name thrown out, these people that could possibly get voted off, they don't really have great reasons to why they should be voted off, but someone has to go, and people are taking great offense to it. I'm glad my name isn't being thrown out, so I'm grateful for that, but I was more on the side of Katie getting voted out, specifically on her performance and challenges and just the strength of our squad challenge-wise. But also I can understand getting rid of Miles and Spongy, as I've mentioned before. I think they're very influential, and I think it would benefit us as a squad if we got rid of those pot stirrers.
It was mainly just Max, like in our first group, saying like, well, I don't know what to challenge or what to target, so maybe like a challenge person wouldn't help.
Yeah,
and then we're like, oh well, who? And he's like, oh, I don't know, you know. So
like,
Max,
nobody's really weak when it comes to challenges.
Yeah.
You have good memory.
Yeah, I have good stuff that isn't based in Survivor Minecraft, you know.
You never know.
Now there's plenty of like good memory-based stuff.
Yeah,
if they pull out a Scrabble game, I'll be fucking dead.
Alright, survivors, we're playing Scrabble. Yay!
I once won Scrabble on the first word, so you know.
What?
I played Titanic on the first word, my brother gave up, so.
Jesus Christ.
What the ever-loving fuck is this tribal council? I mean, seriously. I mean, it's the worst possible way to try and organize a vote by going off in random groups on different parts of the beach, making sure you're just outside of mumble range, speaking about stuff, not able to coming up with a vote and picking people off for a vote for minor reasons. The only person anybody actually wants to go is Spongy, and he's got a big immunity basically on his head because he's got the idol and he's playing it, because Spongy doesn't want to go out with an idol in his pocket because everybody wants him gone, so of course he'd go out with an idol in his pocket. So instead we're running between groups, everyone putting out random names, Miles being thrown out as a name, Lego being thrown out as a name, I think, myself being thrown out as a name because people are picking random names and suggesting random names and putting random names out there.
We didn't really have anything to base it off of.
That's what we were thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone kind of has that problem right now.
They said Zach Eagle.
Did they?
Yeah.
No, because one people can actually win challenges, and I feel like Zach's
Do
good
we
at challenges.
feel like Spongy is playing the idol at this
I
tribal?
think he is.
I definitely think so.
So it's pretty obvious to me that Spongy's playing this idol. Not only has he told it to me directly to my face, but I don't think Spongy's smart enough to keep it on his own. So while Bobby has an idea of putting a bunch of votes on Spongy and then 1 or 2 on Katie, I think it'd just be safer to get him to just misplay the idol, put him in a worse position, and then just take out Katie. So I'm going to have to try and convince everyone that putting all the votes on Spongy just is not a smart idea.
I mean, because Lego is
I did
worryingly,
hear,
he is
when we
worryingly
mixed
good at
things up,
survivors.
Spongy, you did throw Zach's name. Oh, I didn't.
I
I said
don't
Zach's
think
good
you
at
did.
challenges.
Well, that's
Huh.
more to go off than everything else said, so I take that as a you said Zach, personally.
What?
Since no other names were thrown out, if you're saying well Zach is good at challenges, then you're at least saying Zach. So
No, that meant like we don't need to get rid of Zach.
random names into the ether, wanting either of them to be picked off. No one has a definitive choice because the one definitive choice is gone, and now I'm at dire risk of being taken out of the game because fuck Spongy and fuck the way the tribe is sorting out this tribal council. It's all stupid, and the reasons for voting out are inconsequential and minor and petty and nothing that can actually give a definite agreement on a vote. And no one knows what is actually happening, and agreements are being made that no one fully understands, and it's just running back and forth between groups, and it's all just a butt fuck of a tribal. And it's gonna suck at tribal. And I'm gonna bring up that it sucks at tribal because it's a terrible situation, and people are saying 20 different things in 20 different directions, and it's just a terrible scenario. It's the worst scenario that I was predicting that this would happen with a Spongy Lasers idol. It's the worst possible scenario, and it's happening, which is fantastic. And I'm so pleased for that to be happening. It's an amazing, amazing game. I love this game. Love Survivor. Perfect Storm. Love it to bits.
So according to, was it you, Mav? Spongy wants to take you out, Kegel?
What?
Mav, is that who it was? Spongy?
Why? I did good in both. I did really well in both the
That's
first two
the
challenges.
thing is that I don't really think we should put votes on Spongy because of the possibility of the idol.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a wrench in our whole operation here.
We could bait it out.
Yeah, he
I
did,
think
bring,
he's just gonna play it.
he did bring you up though, Kiko. He said that you were one of the weakest on this tribe, and that he probably want to get rid of you.
All right, so that's confirmed
Which is-
that
What?
if you two are both in that
Wait,
group originally.
why?
so-
When we were in this- 'cause we were-
I arguably did the best
Grant, is
at
that true
the first
too?
two challenges.
Because we were over here and we were
Yeah.
talking about we were like, who set out the most challenges, and Spongy was being like, it's Katie and Zach. I don't care which one we get rid of. And I was like, okay.
Well, what if we? Okay, so let's say Spongy does play the idol. I don't want to see Zach go home.
No, of course not.
So maybe we just put our 6 on someone else.
Yeah, so my name did get thrown out by either Mav, Max, or Spongy. I don't think Spongy threw my name out because he was one of the people really praising my challenge performance, especially in the first and second challenge.
Right.
Well,
I just don't understand why.
Neither do I.
Because no, there's no argument for it, to be honest.
I don't know if it's too forward, but maybe we should just do Katie. The 6 of us on Katie's and that.
Whoa, bro, you can't just do Katie like that. She has a boyfriend, Jesus.
Relax. No,
I mean,
wait. Are you guys okay with that?
I don't know, I'm a little concerned about the Spongy thing just because...
Well, no.
He's
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
play his idol on Katie, Max.
No, that's not what I mean. I just mean like in general.
Well, no.
Because I don't...
If he puts that idol on anyone, it's gonna be
I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think we should just
Okay.
maybe do that and hope for the best.
So I'm kind of leaning toward Mav and Max being the two that threw my name out together and are just lying about it because they both lied, saying Spongy threw my name out to try and get me to vote with them when I was already going to vote Katie. So I don't really know why they did that, but they're certainly higher on my target list because of that.
Spongy was saying Mav.
Spongy
Okay.
also said Zach to these guys though.
Yeah, which is I think why Spongy's we're just saying concerned. like a lot
I don't
of
understand
different
that.
Because he was
So
throwing out
Bobby,
Zach...
Bobby,
If he
Yeah.
if he said your name, Mav, then I
He
don't
said you.
understand that. I don't understand that. I
Well,
don't...
we have 7 right here. That's majority.
Right.
They're on the way, by the
Yeah.
way.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
So I figured everybody would know that I'm just gonna play the idol at like the first tribal council we go to, just so nobody is paranoid. But as I talk to people, I keep hearing from people, hey, why don't we just vote Spongy? Maybe he won't play the idol and he's trying to play hard. I don't know why these people expect so much from me. Like, I want to be honest and truthful with them, but they just keep thinking I'm lying. Wait, but who said I said Zach?
I honestly don't remember. We were with it was like a 4-2 split, so 2 new people. It was Greeples and
Right, was it?
Mav. So one of those two.
Maybe he said that just because Katie was there, I don't know. But I was gonna just play the idol of this tribal just to get rid of it. But I'm gonna just ask you, should I keep it or no? You think it's just dumb?
I think the thing is, like, from what I've been hearing from people, if you don't play it tonight, you're gonna become a target.
I figured. But yeah, Miles, I haven't heard your name at all. I don't think you're at all endangered.
It's the first tribal, so I definitely don't want to be the one making the waves and everything, so I've just heard the plan is Katie, and I'm going along with that. I'm really not too worried about my name being written down, since the majority should be on Katie, and then Spongy said he was playing his idol regardless, so like there isn't a point for people in voting for Spongy. But I feel like people are going to do it anyway because they're idiots, even though Spongy has publicly said he's playing the idol. So I'm pretty sure Katie's gone, and I'm not too worried about it. I will defend myself at tribal council if things start getting suspicious.
I've heard Keeg's name, I've heard Mav,
Really?
I've heard Katie. Yeah, I've
I mean,
heard...
personally, I'm voting Katie.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. I think I think it's not a bad idea to throw a couple votes Spongy's way, just because he does have that idol, and if he does
Oh,
decide
does he actually?
Yeah, he does. Everyone saw him get it. Did
I
you not
wasn't
know
there
that?
for that. Being Katie, Katie's really good when it comes to memory and puzzles and stuff like that, but she hasn't really done much so far. She's either been sitting out or doing a part in the challenge that's just not important. So if anybody has to be cut tonight, I'm thinking it's her, but I'm gonna listen now and hear what other people think.
I said Zach was good at challenges, and somebody must have misunderstood what I meant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys, Mav and Lego? You told me. Did you guys
Well,
mishear him or
Mav's
something?
the one that told me. So that's what I'm. That's
Wait,
what
What
I'm.
the fuck, man?
Well, because you said that Spongy wanted to vote Zach. Did you mishear him?
I did not say that. I said.
When we asked about it, I just heard Spongy say Katie and Zach. That's all I
Max
heard.
said no. Max said people that haven't done much in challenges. And then somebody said, "Well, Katie and Zach have been are the ones been sitting out." And I said, "Not Zach. Zach's." I know. And then I said, "Not Zach.
Yeah.
Zach's been like pulling his weight in
Alright.
three."
Well, it's
I
the
did.
same
I
problem.
arguably did the best at the first 2 challenges, so whoever argued that is just wrong.
What are we thinking?
I'm just gonna vote for Katie. That's what I know.
So, you know, like a lot of people are concerned about your idol, Spongy.
But I'm
if
playing
us-
it. Don't worry. I'm
If
playing
us
it.
6 stay strong, we can keep that idol, and like, who gives a fuck if people know?
No, I'm just gonna play it.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think that's safe, Spang.
All right. So
If we won this challenge and then swapped after, then I'd probably try to help our tribe with it. But since we're here, I don't want to become a target.
So we're thinking it's
Yeah.
Katie.
Yeah.
Also, Lego, right in my last little group, Katie said, "Why don't we just boot Lego?"
Great. All right. I'll vote Katie.
I'm getting really worried. It's just the time starts ticking down as we're about to go. I don't want to have another deja vu as last time. Last season I played, I went out 3rd tribal with an idol. I'm really nervous and think maybe I should keep it and risk it again. But if I go out the exact same way, then I just didn't deserve to come back in the first place.
Well, not someone random, but
Well, someone more logical than
I'm trying to think who they were saying.
According
Yeah,
to
what was the word over there?
Group, yeah, according to the group, it was me and
Okay, do you guys want to like vote Miles?
Spongy was saying you, Katie.
Yeah.
I don't remember really any other names.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I want to ensure that I don't go home from just Spongy base because everyone else is voting Spongy. So
Of
therefore,
course. If you and Greep
Sorry
vote
to interrupt,
Miles and we vote
everyone go to
Spongy.
well,
channel.
because Spongy took my issue is Spongy took Miles aside to one side. So if that's in, then Miles might vote with Spongy because it's Miles. So I feel like us four
Okay.
going for someone will ensure it rather.
You
than...
want to do that?
Yeah, I feel like us four going for it, and then everyone else is going to logically vote for Spongy, hopefully, and then whatever Spongy's vote is, because Spongy's not voting for Spongy, will then not be counted because, well, not count because 4 people
Probably
to put in rather than just Spongy and Miles.
Okay, so we all go for Miles?
Are you comfortable with that, Grant?
Yeah.
Spongy says he's going to play his idol. And that's it. It's being played tonight. There's nothing that can be changed about it. That's what's happening. So everybody's sent to a spin. If Spongy's playing his idol, what's happening? Who's the backup vote? Yada, 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 yada. And people are still saying Katie's name. But there's also some people that are kind of wanting to do something else. I had a conversation with Katie, Greeples, and Grant, where I was talking to Katie about the potential target, who it could be, if not Spongy, because Katie herself was worried about an idol play. And she brought up Miles, because apparently Miles went off and had a one-on-one conversation with Spongy that he pulled him aside for. And Katie got really worried about that. So between myself, Katie, Greeples, and Grant, we said Miles. Do I necessarily want to do Miles? I don't know, because I think Miles was only brought up as a name within our little group of 4, so I don't really know if I want to vote Miles.